Welcome to another episode of More with David Moore. Thank you all so much for joining us again. It's just always good to be able to come and just speak with the community about what's going on in the 17th Ward community and what's going on at City Hall. I'm telling you, there's so much that's been happening, and I'm just excited to share some of the good things with you all. We're going to, on this episode, we're going to talk about the things that's been going on at City Hall for the past couple of weeks, especially the things around Spot Shotter and some new information that's coming out about the committees. We're also going to be talking about what's coming up in terms of the back to school parade. Hopefully you all will see this before Monday, and which is Memorial Day, and I said back to school, forgive me. I meant to say the Southside Memorial Day Parade, the Southside Memorial Day Parade. You're like, it's time to get out of school. What you talking about? Back to school. It's time to get out of school. And but we're going to be talking about the Memorial Day Parade, the Southside Memorial Day Parade. This is our 9th year of the Southside Memorial Day Parade, and I'm just excited always to be a part of it, to honor those who have fallen and gave all for the service of this country, but also those who just fought, still living, that we should pay homage to. And then we're going to talk about some of the upcoming things that I'm going to be working on in the ward, or doing in the ward that I do every summer. Some of you, especially in the new areas that I have through the new remap, may or may not know about some of the things that we do. So I want to make sure that I get you some information about that. So let's start this thing about what's going on at City Hall. You've probably seen the stories on the news lately about what we call Spot Shotter technology. And what Spot Shotter technology is, it came in under the Rahm Emanuel administration as a tool to help with violence. Now, the shot detection system is what it says. It detects gunshots. What happens in the situation, as you many of us know, we go or on our way home or we're leaving and we hear gunshots, right? Many of us do not call the police, so we don't know if someone got shot. We don't know if there's a crime in process. All we know is that we heard a gunshot, which is any shooting of a gun, 9 times out of 10, is a crime. And so why you say 9 times out of 10? Well, some people shoot for New Year's Eve. People don't see that as a crime, but actually it's really illegal to do that in the city of Chicago. So might as well say 10 times out of 10, right? But anyway, at the end of the day, the gunshot detection system, it captures the exact point of where that gunshot has come from. And unlike humans, we all can be standing in the same place. We all hear the same gunshot. And if you ask us which direction it came from, you're going to get 3 to 4 different answers about which direction that gunshot came from. So the shot detection systems not only put the police at the scene of where the shooting happened, but also what it does is, too, if someone gets shot, they're able to quickly render service in a life-saving situation. So lives have been saved through gunshot technology. The other thing it does, it gives the police the ability to deploy officers through those areas, whether they see someone that got shot or that they know they just heard gunshots and they figure something is going on. So they deploy people into those areas, and sometimes and many times, really, it has prevented retaliations. And so those are things that cannot be what we call documented, those prevented retaliations. You can't get those in the analytics when you're analyzing how effective the shot detection system is. And so if we can prevent shootings because someone is not coming back retaliating, that is a plus. And so what's going on with this? Well, the mayor made a campaign promise that he wanted to end Shot Spotter for his various reasons. But I am a strong believer that we have to make sure that we're listening to the residents. If the residents, and especially if the superintendent, who is specifically chosen by the mayor, but also the community, this subject matter expert, Superintendent Snelling, if he says this is a tool that he needs, then it's a tool that we should have, since he's responsible for us keeping us safe. Now, if he said it's a tool that he don't need, then so be it. It's on him to make sure and live and hold by whether his job is successful or not successful by the tools that he have. And if he don't want it, if he say I don't need it, then he'll eventually make do without it in terms of making sure he keep us safe. But if it's a tool that he's saying he need, come on, you all, we have to give him that tool. And so that's what this is all about. So the mayor decided that he wanted to end the contract, if you will, or should I say not renew the contract? Let me use the right terminology. He wants to renew he don't want to renew the contract. But when it ended, he decided to give it what we call an extension. And he decided to extend it through the DNC, which is the Democratic National Convention, when all the dignitaries and everybody is coming. Well, if it's not working, why would we then be using it through the DNC? And you can't say to capture more data because you've already making a decision. So that double talk is that's not working. You can't say I'm using it so we can get more data, but yet I canceled it. That's not making sense. And a mayor or any administrator cannot cancel a contract. You cannot extend it, but you cannot cancel it. And so in this case, after the extension that he just gave through October through the Democratic National Convention, he wants to end it. But I feel that the voices of the people should be heard. And you hear those voices by your elected aldermen in those many different wards. So if you're telling me in my ward that you want the shot detection system. If people telling the 3rd ward they want the shot detection system. If people telling the 10th ward, they should be able to get a vote on that for their constituents and not a unilateral decision be made about it. And so I presented an ordinance with some other colleagues of mine, and we were able to pass the measure with the majority of the vote, saying let's get more data through the term of this contract, but also give the aldermen the ability to vote on whether they want to extend the contract or not. And so that's what this was all about. And so we'll hopefully get that data. We'll then have that conversation about whether we want to extend it or not. And hopefully we can get enough people to vote to extend it. And if we don't, then you've heard from the people. And that's what it's about, hearing from the people and hearing from those people who represent, the electeds that represent the people. Because if they decide they don't want to keep Shot Spotter, then they have to answer to their constituents for that vote. And that's what this is all about. So that's what was going, one of the issues that was going down at City Hall. As you all remember, Alderman, I think it's 35th Ward, his ward is 35, Alderman Rosa, you all remember the story when he blocked and touched Alderman Emma Mitz and tried to keep her from going into council chambers, that she was so shaken and disturbed by that. And so we called for his leadership position as the chairman of the zoning committee, as well as floor leader, to be removed, because no leader shouldn't be acting like that. That's not in accordance to what we want a leader to be. And so with the pressures that came, he was removed from his leadership positions, or he effectively resigned from them with the force of the city council coming behind. Now, what eventually happened is they wanted to censure him. A censorship goes into the record of the city council. We voted to censor him, but it was a tie vote, and the mayor voted not to censor him. That's the mayor's prerogative. I'm not beating him up for that. So the mayor did him whether you call it a favor, whether you call it, hey, that's my guy, he helped me. That's neither here. That's not finger pointing. That's not, the mayor has that prerogative, okay? What I do have a problem with is that then this administration told Chairman Mitz, who is already chairman of Contract Oversight and Equity Committee, that he would give her the Housing Committee, and so he can move Byron Cincho Lopez to the zoning committee, because the zoning committee, as you know, became vacant due to Carlos Ramirez-Rosa having to step down due to the attack, if you will, he made on Alderman Emma Mitz. Now, the administration promised her that, but then reneged on it because the Latino caucus gave him pressure and said they wanted to keep that seat. And so he decided to pull it back from Alderman Emma Mitz and trying to reappoint Carlos Ramirez-Rosa, who attacked Emma Mitz. Are you all following this? Who attacked Emma Mitz to a leadership position, which is a slap in the face, not only to the black community, first and foremost, but to the city of Chicago and to the city council. And so, if this come up for a vote, which technically the mayor, aldermen give up their power. I don't give up mine, but it takes 26 votes. Aldermen give up their power. Aldermen are supposed to organize their own committees and committee chairs. But historically, for whatever reason, because of the power of the mayor dailies and people just want to stay under somebody's thumb, they have not taken that power back and have allowed the mayor to make the appointments. The reason why is because some people, they're concerned about what they get. It's a me thing. As long as I got mine, then if he want to do this, as long as he promised me that. No, I'm thinking about the whole city. I'm thinking about the whole body of the city council. They are, just like it was wrong that Mayor Daley did not give Dorothy Tillman nor Tony Prewinkle a chairmanship, and they had seniority. It's wrong that this mayor is not giving aldermen with seniority chairmanships. But we wouldn't have to do that, and it wouldn't be in his control if we as aldermen use the power that we had because it's under our jurisdiction that we supposed to appoint our own committee. So therefore, I'm not mad at the mayor for that. I don't get mad at him for that. I don't agree with it. I don't like it, but I can't get mad at him for something the aldermen should have control over, and they giving up their own power. But to bring it back home, is this thing with Emma Mitz in terms of the administration trying to place Carlos Ramirez-Rosa back in leadership position after attacking Emma Mitz because you let a few months go by, everything's supposed to be good. No, it's not good. And it's totally disrespectful if this tries to move forward. So I wanted to let you all know from that standpoint what was going on down at City Hall. Also, what's going on in the ward? What's going on in the ward? Well, I mentioned the parade, the Southside Memorial Day Parade, and I'm going to mention that throughout this segment because I want you all to come line up on Halsted Street between 76th and 80th, line up in front of the police station on 78th and Halsted, and come honor your veterans as they come and they march off from 77th and Emerald in front of the Veterans Home, and come on down and cheer them on and encourage them and thank them for their service. Also, we're going to have bands, we're going to have music, we're going to have dancers. Come on out and watch our young people as they get involved, and we're going to do a laying of the wreath. So everything takes place this Monday. What's that, May 27th, I think it is. I think it's the 27th because today is the 24th. So May 27th is Memorial Day, and we start the program at 10 o'clock. We honor our veterans. We give out awards to even some World War II veterans that are still with us, praise the Lord, that fought for us, Korean War veterans. So we will recognize them. We'll have a guest speaker. We will lay the wreath, and then the parade itself will kick off at 11 o'clock from 77th and Emerald, and then come around to Halsted from 80th Street to 76th, and then back in front of the Veterans Home at 77th and Emerald. So come on out, you all, and support our veterans and remember the ones that have fallen on this upcoming Memorial Day. Now, something that I do every year, I do something called Alderman on a Block. As you all know, I have constituent night every Monday night from 5 to 7. Anybody can come and see me one-on-one without an appointment. Anybody can come and see me one-on-one without an appointment. Every Monday, 90% of the time I'm there. If you're seeing this, the Memorial Day, before the Memorial Day holiday, I will not be there the next 2 Mondays. Why? Because Monday is Memorial Day. And then the following Monday, I'll be at my niece's graduation. So I will not be there the next 2 Mondays for constituent night, but my staff will be there, not on the holiday, but the Monday after the holiday. And so no matter what, we have someone that'll help you. But if you just need to see me, I won't be there the next 2 Mondays. But don't let the problem go by and wait to see me when you can call it into 311 and or give it to my office so they at least can be working on it by the time you see me. And in some cases, it may be even done. So don't say, I just want to get in front of my alderman, tell him there's a light out so I can let y'all know I told the alderman himself the light is out, and you wait 2 weeks to tell me that, and it could have been on in 5 days or less. And so please, if you have any questions about constituent night, call my office at 773-783-3672. And one of the things that I do every year, besides constituent night, which is I do every Monday night, is we do what we call every summer Alderman on the Block. Alderman on the Block. I bring my office out to you. So for you the ones that cannot make it to constituent night, we got 29 precincts. We try to cover all 29 precincts before the end of the summer, provided there's no rain. We try to cover all 29 precincts, and so we pass out flyers and we let you know the day that we'll be in your precinct. Each precinct covers about anywhere from 15, sometimes 20 blocks, and we try to put it in the center so you'll know where we're going to be, so it can be in walking distance from you. Like at most 2 blocks or 3 blocks from your house, we'll be set up. You can come out. Meet me or just give us any concerns that you may have. So that's Alderman on the Block, and we'll be starting that back up the second week of June all the way through around September, or as long as the weather is good. So that's critical as well. And the last thing that I want to mention that's very important is block clubs. Please, even if I got to sound like James Brown, please, I'm telling you, if you don't have a block club, start block clubs. Block clubs make the difference, not just for the point of having a party, but for your blocks to be connected, for the neighbors to know one another, so you keep your blocks clean, safe, and we can have a clean, safe, and working community. That's what this is all about. And so I'm just happy to come before you on another segment of More with David Moore to let you know what's been going on these past few weeks, not only at City Council, also what's going on in the ward and what we got coming up this weekend and throughout the summer. So get involved, stay involved, and if you have any questions, please never hesitate to call my office at 773-783-3672. And remember, a clean community is a safe community, is a working community. Again, a clean community is a safe community, is a working community. That's our motto in the 17th Ward. So remember, you get more with David Moore.
Like David Moore.